Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here. Welcome to my pick a card video. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that's liked my previous videos and made comments on them. It really means a lot to know that the videos make sense and that the readings have helped you. So thank you for that. If these two readings do help you, please do the same. Leave me a comment and let me know what's resonated with you and what hasn't. Today we're just going to do how you are seen as a woman. I'm just going to do a shortish video. If this turns out to be a successful video, I will do a much longer and more in-depth video at some point in the future. But for today, I just want to do a sort of half an hour video. This is a general reading and it's aimed at a lot of women watching it rather than just one woman. I do private readings. Please email me on oaktreetarotreader@gmail.com to discuss that. Otherwise, this is just a general look at how you project yourself as a woman, how you are perceived sexually as a woman, and then finally a few cards on what you are really like as a woman. So just an advanced warning that because it features how you are viewed sexually as a woman, I'm using the Tarot of Sexual Magic deck, which it does feature scenes of nudity and sexuality. So if you're a young un, can you please switch off or choose to watch later? It is an explicit deck, but I feel important, so I'm using it. And it is a very, very good deck if you haven't seen it before. So what I want you to do is clear your mind and choose between deck 1 and deck 2. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths and visualize the two sets of cards and open your mind and choose the one that you're drawn to. Trust your first instinct, don't overthink it. Trust your first instinct. I will put the times in the description box below so that you can just skip ahead to your video. If you need a bit more time, then please press pause because I shall be moving on to reading 1. Thank you. Hello everybody, this is reading 1. This is how you are viewed as a woman by others. These 3 cards are what you project to the outer world in your everyday life when you meet new people or your friends. This is their perception of you as how you behave towards them and the things you do. Your very closest to friends and family will know perhaps the real you and see you in a much more subtle way, that they'll have lived a life with you, so they know a lot more about you. But this is just generally what you project out to people. And we've got Vesta, home. We've got Brigid for healing and Aphrodite for self-love. Side a bit. Sorry if there's a bit of sun reflecting down on them. So first of all, they see you as a very lovely, warm, confident person who has self-respect and self-love. Vesta, home, so they see you as a homemaker, goddess of the home and hearth in ancient Rome. You will fight for those that you love. You're probably very family orientated and protective over them. You may literally be a housewife, wife and mother. If you're not and you're just single or not in a particularly steady relationship, you are seen as somebody that could quite easily be a housewife and mother, or that you're ready for it, or that that's what you want. You just project the image that you're somebody they could set up home with and you would take it very seriously. Home and the safety of home and feeding people and nurturing and taking care of them is very important to them. This is different from caring about the world, by the way. This isn't about saying let's save the polar bears and doing charity work for people on the other side of the world. This is about your nearest and dearest, that you're committed to them and their well-being. You are a creative woman. Bridget is the goddess of creativity and healing, an ancient Celtic goddess. So I think you're quite nice to be around when people are feeling bad. That might be literally that you're a nurse or you work in medicine or in mental health issues or something to do with making people feel better. If that's not the case, then you're just lovely to be around when people don't feel well. That you, if they've got a bad cold, you'll be the one that will happily bring them some soup or hot cups of tea or coffee, or just generally will take care of them. For others of you, you're really, really creative. Now that could be in terms of the home, you know, the ladies that can make their own cushions and curtains and or are always on Pinterest and finding something lovely to buy to make the home decorative, and you're very creative in that way, or that you are literally an artist. You could be just generally creative in the way that you are with people, that you're quite funny and witty, and that people say, oh, you know, how creative of you. You know, it doesn't have to be specifically making things. It could be creative in other ways. You're creative with the way you make meals, or creative with the way that you deal with issues. You could heal people by thinking of new ways to sort out their problems. But you also have a lot of self-love. I think that you are the kind of woman that men want. Aphrodite, the goddess of love, in ancient, is it Rome or Greece? I can't remember, one or the other. But she was magnetic. She loved herself. She was a bit vain. So some of you may have had accusations of vanity. Others haven't. But I think that you have a lot of self-respect and you know your own worth. And that is half the battle in life is done, if not all the battle in life is done, when you realise that you are worth something and that people should treat you as such. And I don't think you let people trample all over you. As much as you are a lovely person and gentle and kind and devoted to your family and your home life, you know your own worth. You have lots of self-respect and self-love, and you are not going to stand for any rubbish and any mistreatment of you. And for those of you that are single, I think that you are considerably more attractive than you realise, and very attractive to men or other women if that's what you're looking for. But to other people, they look and they say, see this beautiful, confident person who is blessed with good looks and kindness and nurturing qualities. That's lovely. I mean, I think you're lovely just overall with those cards. You're really lucky, really lovely, and you really present yourself in a positive, a welcoming, warm, nurturing way. So let's see how you are viewed sexually. Now, this doesn't mean this is what you are like in your sexual life or how you are as a sensual sexual woman, but how you are perceived by men particularly, or people that you are trying to sexually attract. So we have Ace of Chalices, Two of Wands, Seven of Wands. Yeah, this just yeah. It's just paralleling here, really. Seven of Wands. This is a couple, I mean, that you are a sensual woman. They want to be intimate with you, and not just sexually intimate, but of course this is about how you are viewed sexually, but they want to be emotionally intimate with you. They want you on their laps. You know, that they know that you like to be touched, or they perceive that you would like to be touched, or they want to touch you. And they want you to whisper your secrets into their ear and for them to listen, and then to swap around so that you listen to their secrets. They want to be very intimate with you beyond the act of sex, because you make them feel comfortable, and that you feel that you come across as emotionally strong enough to withstand them. You also come across as somebody that is open to sex, that you are, I don't want to say sexually available because that implies that you're sexually available to everybody, but that, not that you're sexually available to everyone, but that you could be sexually available to them. Because this couple There's sort of a sexual discussion here, an intimate discussion, that it's a wand, so there's passion. Excuse me, but there's a certain aloofness, that in bed you would be open and there would be pleasure and passion, but there would be a little bit of you that's kept aside. Not all of you is going to be open. There's going to be a little bit of you that you keep inside yourself that's just for you. That you're not going to reveal all your secrets to them, maybe even to anyone. But they also want to cherish you. They see you as a woman to be cherished emotionally and to be loved, and you're not to be exploited in any way. You're to be gentle with, to take to bed and seduce and feel love for and to receive love from. Again, that echoes the intimacy. This is somebody that they can take home and be safe with and to take care of. Creative and healing. And that healing comes across in those two cards, and that creativity comes across in those. And that self-love, that you love yourself. This is somebody that needs to be taken care of and seduced and nurtured. This isn't somebody that's going to stand for anything where she's exploited. This isn't somebody that you mess around with because you could get hurt. I mean, you project the image that you could quite easily heal yourself, but that you're one to not hurt. If that makes sense. I don't know that I'm articulating it very well, but that you are someone to be gentle with and kind with, and that they could marry and have a very satisfying sex life with, and an emotional, it'd be emotionally nurturing sex rather than down and dirty with it sex. You're a real lady. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. You are a true and real lady, and they recognise that, and they want to treat you like a lady in bed, and they expect you to behave like one. Whether that's true or not, remember what I said, this is how they perceive you. You might be a little minx, you might be really dirty, whoever. You can do whatever you like in bed. It'd be a nice surprise for these people that see you in that way, for you to suddenly spring this on them, and good for you. So these two cards are what you are really like, or how you perceive yourself, the inner you, the true, you know. This is as true as these two cards, or these six. But this is how you perceive yourself in your true, deep, intimate energies. These two cards will be what your mum and dad, brothers and sisters, and close people that you went to school with that have known you forever, they will look and say, yeah, that makes sense. So it'll be interesting to see if they correlate in any way. Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. So yes, they do. Right, let's move that up. Just trying to do it so that the sun doesn't block off any cards, but so you can see these. Sorry about that. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, so that is the homemaker. So yeah, you are Vesta. And the Knight of Pentacles, which is just the hard worker. You probably, I mean, some of you might think, oh, this is a boring lady. I don't. I think you're quite lovely. But deep down inside yourself, you think that you're just a boring hard worker. That you're devoted to your family, that's true. That you are a nurturer. I think a lot of you probably are housewives. And that you have children and you rear them, and that's your main job, and you work hard at it. If you have to get up at 5 in the morning to make sure everything's done for the kids going to school, and you don't get to bed till midnight, it doesn't matter, you'll do it. And people perceive that about you. They see a lot more than maybe you do, because this person can be just as real as the inner you. You know, what you project often is the real you. But yeah, you're a true mother, you care. Pentacles is about material goods, but also time and that which you invest to reap a reward. So it's your money, your house, your car, the things that you earn and the time that you invest in them. So I think that you feel that you invest a lot in other people, which would resonate again with the Vesta and the healing. I don't see that you recognise the self-love that you have for yourself, but maybe that's really obvious to you and it doesn't really need a mention. And you perceive that the more pertinent parts are the way that you're willing to work hard at whatever you need to work hard at, whether that's your working life or your home life. And that you always try to be a warm, open, encouraging person. And that you're actually quite mature. And that doesn't necessarily mean in your age. You could be emotionally and mentally mature. So I think actually you're a very well-rounded person, and possibly there's more to you than people see, and maybe even more to you than you see yourself. So I hope that's helped you. Please leave me a comment if it has resonated and made any sense. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening. Bye. Hello everybody, this is reading 2. First things first, these 3 cards are the image you project to other people. So not necessarily the people that have known you for years and years and years, and your family and your parents and that. These are people that maybe you just go to work with and that you have a superficial sort of social life with, friends of friends that you meet a couple of times a year, and people that you've only just started to work with, just sort of the vaguest of people, and the people you literally just meet. Rhiannon, self-trust. Amaterasu, I don't know if I've said that right, sorry, but she's self-esteem. And Artemis, individualism, I suppose, would be better, but I see a theme here. I see a theme. I think you are all women, all independent women that don't need no man. Yeah, you trust yourself, you trust your instinct, you trust your judgment. You have lots of self-confidence, self-esteem, you know your own value, you know your own mind, you know what you can do, and I doubt that you believe there's anything you can't do. You are a true individual. You have your own inner power, inner strength. You are a true individual in some way. You follow the beat of your own drum. You don't... you might not work very well with other people. I think that that might be the negative to this, is that you are so self-reliant and such an individual and probably very determinedly independent that it might be difficult for people to get in there, get to you. You don't need any help from anybody, but we all need help from other people at points in our life. Sometimes you do need someone to open the jar for you. I mean, I think that's oversimplifying it, but I feel that don't be too careful to completely isolate yourself off. You can still be a strong and empowered and independent woman, but you don't have to isolate yourself from everybody around you. But generally, you really project the image that you are a strong woman that can achieve anything that she wants to achieve and doesn't mind being on her own. I suspect that the majority of the women that have chosen this are single and not for any other reason than they choose to be. If you are with a partner, you've always kept your own identity and sense of self. You haven't been absorbed into this couple and lost your way, which is good, because I think that's something that you would need just going from these cards. If this resonates, then you are somebody that needs to have her own identity. Yeah, you're just empowered. You just, you could live life on your own and have your own house and you'd pay for it and have your own business. You're just completely independent, very, very strong. And really, yeah, you got it all there, yeah. Put those aside. So these 3 are how you are perceived sexually. And this could be by men if you are sexually attracted to men. If you're include men, even if you're not sexually attracted to men, let's be realistic. But also it will include women if you are sexually attracted to women. It doesn't have to mean this is what you are like in your sex life and who you are as a sexy, sensual woman, but how you are perceived by others in a sexual way. If that makes sense. Ooh. I think that makes, yeah. It doesn't really matter which way they are, but I always think of them in a certain way, and I think that makes more sense. Yeah. Okie dokie, so yes, you are perceived as a very strong and sexual woman. Yeah. You are, see, this is the devil, and it's the card's called Orgy, liberated by orgy or something like that. So you're seen as somebody who's very sexually liberated. That may be true, that may not be true. You're somebody, because of all this self-confidence, people probably think that you are going out every weekend and having one-night stands and doing lots of things that seem naughty but desirable. The devil's sort of a puck card, a bacchanalian sort of let loose, get drunk and let loose and have fun, which is absolutely fine, apart from the fact that when you do it too much it leads you into bad ways. So that's just a warning outside of this reading, is to not always see the devil as a bad card. No tarot card is bad nor good. It all depends upon the context. And the context of this is how they see you as a sexual woman, and they see you as sexually liberated and very sexually exciting. They probably see you as somebody very experienced who likes to do lots of different things in bed. Certain things that to them seem exotic and strange maybe, and that something that other people get up to, and that maybe, I don't want to say they see you as a porn star, because I don't, although some might, but they perceive you as doing things that to them they would only ever see on TV, in a film, or on the internet or something. Remember, this doesn't have to be true, it's just how some people perceive you sexually. But there is also a perception of judgment, 2020, and you're thinking, oh no, they're judging me because of that. No. This card is showing is a call, hearing the call to change, hearing the call of truth. So some people see you sexually as somebody very authentic in her sexuality, whatever that is. You don't hide. Others, when they think of you sexually, it's because they want to make a baby. And they hear the call, the siren call. They see you as a very sexually vibrant woman, and they're thinking, I want to have sex with her. They hear the call to change, so it's you offer them, thinking about you as a sexual woman offers them the opportunity of increasing their experience, because they see you as sexually experienced and interesting. So they're thinking, I could learn a few things off this woman. But they also see you as somebody that this is justice, so there's the law and give and take, so that you're not going to be used by anyone, that you will give pleasure but you expect it in return. So this emphasises seeing you as a sexually sophisticated, mature, experienced woman. So that, you're thinking, I don't want to be seen as this sort of sex toy that, teaches men a few tricks or women a few tricks and then they move on and leave me. That might be attractive to you, but some of you will be repelled by that because this is such a generalised reading. So be reassured, they don't look at you as somebody they can take advantage of. They accept that they must be honourable and that you are honourable as a sexual woman in your sex life. I don't think that you're the kind of woman that would sleep with a married man or a married woman, for example. You wouldn't, you just wouldn't do that. You wouldn't believe it's right. You believe in the law of cause and effect, and the law of balance. So you're not going to take any more than you're entitled to, and you're not going to let them take any more than they're entitled to. And that's what they see, that it's going to be a very equal sexual experience, and that you are an equal to them and in your sex life. Okay, so remember, that's a perception. If you're like absolutely mortified at that idea, it's just what they see in you, and it's what some people see in you. And you've got to remember, trust your own inner knowing about these things, because it's such a general reading. Now, these 3 cards are you as a real person, how you perceive yourself, how you truly know yourself. Pardon me, the inner you that perhaps other people don't see, apart from your very, very close relations, brothers, sisters, parents, and that best friend you met when your first day at school. And this is how you see yourself and the real you. So, 8 of Pentacles, the Earth Mother, and the Horned God. So what they see in you is true. That's how you see yourself as well. You've got it all. 8 of Pentacles, that's about paying attention to the fine details and working hard work. Getting your nose to the grindstone to get on and do what you've got to do. And you do that. And that's, the self-trust and the self-esteem. You're self-reliant. You could make repairs in the home. You'll find a YouTube video and fix the sink yourself and replace things that need replacing. As long as it doesn't require a licensed contractor to do it, you'll do it yourself. And you'll pay attention to the fine details to make sure you get it right. You're not going to take unnecessary risks. You're not reckless. As exciting as you seem to people, you're actually quite steady and will pay attention and do the hard work. But you are a completely empowered woman. We've got the Earth Mother, which is the Empress. So some of you literally are mothers and have children or want to. But you can create abundance in your own life. You can grow your own wheat and feed yourself. And that connects with the independent woman that's a true individual. If you wanted to be a single mother, you could do it. You could be a single mother and raise the child on your own. And it wouldn't bother you. If you wanted to be a mum and you couldn't find the right man, you would just happily go to the sperm bank or adopt a baby or become a foster mother. It doesn't bother you. You're strong and empowered and you have confidence in yourself. So you can do that. And we've also got the Horned God, which is the Emperor. So you have your own inner authority. You are in command of your life. You have those close people around you. You have harmony with your environment. And that's echoed in both of those cards. You are truly empowered and strong and in control of your life. That makes you incredibly sexy, sexually exciting. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You can create anything that you want to create. You can have the love that you desire in your life when you desire it and on the terms that you need it. I think if you decided you wanted to settle down, you would meet the right man and it would work, because you will work hard at things, but you will never lose your true vibrant self. I mean, these cards will probably change should you meet a man and decide to settle down and marry, or a woman again. But that's for another day. But at this moment in time, I feel that you're completely single and you're happy being completely single and you're enjoying being completely single. Just be careful you don't allow all this independence to cut yourself off from further opportunities, because you really are the boss. You are a strong personality and strong. You have great inner strength and inner power. You will always be able to go out and hunt for whatever you need in order to survive. You could get another job when you need to get another job. If you have to retrain in a new career, you will do it and you will get the best grades and qualifications. You are truly an empowered woman, and I think you're fabulous, regardless of that, which, really might be unappealing to a lot of women. You're more than what people think of you in a sexual way. So, please take the very best care of yourself. I wish you all the best. Please leave me a comment if it does resonate with you. And thank you very much for listening. You take care. Bye.